It's time for the Doug Garrison Show! Tonight we take a look at the jobs forecast for college graduates and an upcoming job fair at NMU. Do you like chili? The culinary students at Northern are hosting a chili challenge and we get the meaty details. The Bell Indoor Bike Race is right around the corner. Time to get your team ready to show your strength from within. And the TheKrebs Cycle performs! That's us! Stick around, the Doug Garrison Show starts now.
Tell the host 2 minutes. Stand by live to tape. Lighting to show level, please. Confirm front of house sound PFL. Roll tape on masters to all the places. Alright, let's clear the set. Cue John music, open stage mics, standby effects, standby CG. Standby to open on 3, 2. Alright folks, let's have a good show. Stand by, roll it in.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks to our audience here at Upfront & Company and to you at home on Charter Channel 12 and watching also on Fox UP. Well, I'm going to say something that I have said probably 3 times before on this show. I said it during golf season, I said it at Thanksgiving, and I said it at New Year's Eve. This is my favorite time of year, and I mean it this time. This is. And those of you who are basketball fans know what I'm talking about. It's March Madness. And in fact, this weekend is the pinnacle. This is the best weekend of the year. You know, all these games being played, all these locations around the country. If you are a basketball fan, it just doesn't get any better than this. And now, particularly for those of us who are from the state of Michigan, because both of my favorite teams, the Michigan Wolverines and the Michigan State Spartans, are involved in the tournament. They're both good, and they could both do a lot of damage. And also for our favorite son, for those of us from Iron Mountain and Marquette and Northern, Tom Izzo's team, the Spartans there once again. You know, I have absolutely nothing to do with Tom's success in his life and his career, but like many of you, I'm so proud of what he's done there with the Spartans, and I'm sure you people in Iron Mountain and area, yeah, give him a round of applause. I'm sure you people in Iron Mountain area are proud of him as one of your favorite sons. Along with Steve Mariucci, and they do so much. They come back and do so much for the Iron Mountain community and Northern. They haven't forgot their roots, and there's certainly no team out there that plays ball like the Spartans do the way Tom Izzo coaches them. They're a fun team to watch, and they're always a threat to go all the way. So I'm excited about that. Now, quick pointer about these. Some of you might be in some of these pools. I'm in, of course, a pool. It's just for fun. That's all this is. It's just for fun. But my advice to you is, this is the way I do it. Pick the teams that you would like to see win. Pick the teams you want to see win. That way, when you're watching the game, you can root for that team. You know, we don't know who's going to win these games. Most of them are a coin toss. So instead of sitting down and all of a sudden a game starts and you realize that you picked the team that you don't want to see win, that doesn't work, because then you got 40 minutes of misery. Pick the team you'd like to see win. You can root for them. And then when they do win, you move on and you're doubly happy. That is also why I lose. I have won some of these pools in the past, but it's been a while. But I'm looking forward to sitting down, calling in sick to work, enjoying some of these games. Like I say, it's my favorite time of the year. Okay, we got a lot to get to tonight, so I'm not going to stand here and talk forever. We're going to do some things that are interesting and entertaining. We're going to find out about some events that are coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about St. Patrick's Day weekend. I'm wearing my green, and we've got a neat band coming up called TheKrebs Cycle. But for St. Patrick's Day, we're calling them the TheKrebs Cycle. So stick around, and we'll be right back.
When you buy a used car, it should come with a good dose of peace of mind.
That's why at Riverside, our used car and trucks come with a 2-year up to 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's why we super inspect every vehicle.
If you're tired of not finding what you want, try over 100 to choose from and another 600 a day away.
And if you're worried about price, Riverside has some of the lowest prices in the state. And our low prices come with lots of extras.
Selection, price, and warranty. Get it all at the new Riverside, Marquette.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Bell Hospital and Bell Rehab Services. Safely take the road to physical recovery with Bell Rehab Services. And by Gilbert Dairy, supplying the UP with quality dairy products since 1937. That's Gilbert Dairy. And by Peninsula Glass and Auto Sales for complete glass repair and replacement for everything from auto and home to heavy equipment. And a great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. See Peninsula Glass and Auto Sales on US 41 in Ishpeming. right. Okay. All right. Our first guest is Jim Gadzinski, who is the director of the Academic and Career Advisement Center at Northern. Jim, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. What are you a basketball fan? Just to touch on what I talked about earlier. Spartans, Wolverines,
I'm
either
in a
one?
pool or two. Spartans.
Just for fun, of course. And a big Spartans fan?
Yes, of course.
A big Tom Izzo fan, of course. Okay, he's great. You're on because you guys have a job fair coming up that's going to be, you have employers coming in, talk to a lot of different people. But before we talk about the job fair, let's talk about jobs in general and careers that young people might be thinking of going into. You know, if you talk to a young person either in college or thinking about going to college, what types of careers are maybe hot these days or are going to be hot when they graduate?
Well, obviously, any of the service areas are always going to be hot, but right now, particularly service areas, health areas, any of the health services, and that's not just nursing and med school. That's also clinical lab sciences, med tech, those types of opportunities. Business is still booming in certain areas. We're still looking, we're still hiring a lot of accountants.
Sure.
Especially here locally in the UP. So,
well, that was my next question. If you talked locally, what types of jobs are people, we want kids to be able to stay here and have good career type jobs.
Our nursing majors obviously do well still in the UP.
You got to be smart though. I mean, that's a tough.
It's a tough field. But we're putting out good nurses that way, and you can count on their services.
I guess I was just thinking about myself when I said you have to be smart. So there are some smart kids out there that can do it, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's a lot. Accountants, last job fair in the fall, we had 4 local employers who were looking to hire immediately.
Yeah.
So we know that there's still some jobs in the accounting area, in the business area, especially marketing areas.
Yeah.
The IT areas, of course, are still hot.
I always think about geriatric professions and geriatric, dealing with old people, because our older population is growing. They need all kinds of services. I would think anything that deals with older people would be a good area to get into.
Sure, and that, again, borders on those health areas, nursing and the lab sciences.
But there's other things too, even financial. I mean, dealing with old people, that maybe don't necessarily need health care, but they're here, they're maybe retired, and it might even be areas including recreation for older people.
Recreation, hospitality management, restaurateur, all the rest of those things are all tied in.
And certainly, I know one thing we encourage a lot these days is entrepreneurship. And I'm not sure how you necessarily fashion your education to become an entrepreneur. I think some of that's just kind of in your blood, but certainly you have to have some education behind it. But anybody who's interested in going out and trying something, starting something, that's certainly going to be good.
Well, and again, our College of Business offers an entrepreneurship major now because of that fact. And we want to be able to have small business owners have some of the background in accounting and marketing and managing employees and those things that maybe they're not thinking of when they're thinking of starting a business.
Yeah, and we don't know what the next big thing is.
No.
Let's talk about your job fair. You call it the Upper Great Lakes Collegiate Job Fair. It's Wednesday, March 21st. Tell us about this.
It's the 22nd annual. It's a cooperation between all the colleges and universities in the Upper Peninsula. However, we've been hosting at Northern since 2006. We used to rotate the location pretty much between us and Badenoch Community College, but since 2006, we've been hosting it here in Marquette.
Kind of centrally located.
Centrally located. The University Center is a great venue.
Yeah.
We can fit a lot of employers in the Great Lakes rooms. Currently, we have about 55 employers, a little bit above average, which is good.
Now, are those local or some national?
All over. Some are national.
Representing all different types of fields.
Correct. You name it. Criminal justice area, police agencies, public safety agencies, healthcare, hospitals, again, the accountants, insurance companies, you name it. There's a wider range.
Now who can go to this job fair?
Anybody. We promote it to all the colleges and universities in the UP. Typically, we'll see between 350, 400 students. Some of the other campuses will bring in students. Some will just post it, and hopefully students can travel in on their own. We're looking for a pretty good turnout, being that our employers are up. We have more employers than usual, or at least since the last couple of years. It means that there might be some other opportunities out there that we haven't had in the past couple of years.
I would think just walking around seeing what types of employers are there would give people an idea of what types of fields to get into.
Sure.
Is there any cost to attend or any registration involved?
Completely free, students or alumni or whomever. No registration. Just They just need to stop in at the door, check in with us. We'll provide them with a name tag. They should probably come dressed appropriately, bring a handful of resumes, those types of things.
You walk out of there with, if nothing else, an interview somewhere.
Right, right. But you do see some students sometimes that they'll bounce in and not really know what to expect, right. and that's unfortunate because those employers are there. They mean business. Sure. They want to talk to people that they're serious about. So
well, we'll tell them right now. It's Wednesday, March 21st, Upper Great Lakes Collegiate Job Fair. It could be your first impression with a potential employer. So look the part. All right.
1 to 4 in the afternoon.
1 to 4 in the afternoon at the University Center.
Correct.
Okay, Jim. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Go Spartans.
Yes.
And good luck with your jobs fair.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jim Gadsby from NMU. Stick around when we come back. We just talked about jobs. We're going to talk about food. Good segue. All right.
Guess what? You can get any new or used car finance in the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union for 3.9% APR. New or used. Got your eye on this new Escalade? 3.9%. How about this 75 Gremlin? 3.9%. Looking at this stylish Dodge Dart? 3.9%. How about a new Chevy Cruze? 3.9%. RV, boat, tractor? 3.9%. What about this DeLorean time machine? 3.9%. 3.9% auto loans, new and used at the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union. Stop in and apply today.
Okay, thank you very much. I said we had some food coming up. It's not just food, it's one of my favorite foods. It's chili. I make a great chili myself, but I'm not involved in this because we have some professionals here. These are culinary students from Northern Michigan University. With us are Kelsey Halverson and James Sheff. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I like the appropriate outfits there. It looks good. And we already made a joke about James Sheff. His last name is Sheff, and he's in culinary arts. Okay, we'll get past that. All right, you guys are here. You got a tray of chili. I keep smelling this. It's starting to get to me. What's going on here? James, you got some chili competition coming up. Tell us about it.
Well, it's the annual chili cook-off that the Culinary Students Club does, and it's a memorial chili cook-off.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's sort of commemorating people that we've lost in the hospitality fields. People like Dave Saunders Schaefer, who's pretty much started it, and Becky Blackburn that died 2 years ago, and Ben Manson.
This year, it's dedicated to Ben Matson.
Yeah.
And he was a student in the program.
Yep, he graduated from the hospitality management program in Northern and then moved on to be the manager at Jimmy John's.
Yeah, well, very nice. It's good that you do that. Now, this event raises some money. Where's the money go?
It all goes to a new scholarship we're working on for the culinary program, the hospitality program. So all the funds raised from this event every year is building up that so we can get that going for our program.
That's a great cause. You know, we had Jim Gadsby on just before you talking about careers that are up and coming, and he talked about service careers like people in this industry. Right. So I would think that you guys look at your future and think, hey, we got some jobs out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and certainly the service industries, particularly people, you know, it used to be, I don't think it was quite what it was before. Now we're hiring, every place is hiring a chef, someone with professional experience. You can't just go out and say, I'm a fry cook and get a job somewhere. Right. We've got Andrew here at Up Front who's familiar with your program. You got to know what you're doing. So this studies that you're going through are very important. When are you going to graduate?
I'm a freshman right now, so I've got a few years to go.
It's going to be a while. James, yourself?
I'm about to be a junior. I got about another year and a half.
Okay.
Yep.
And looking forward to jobs. And one thing about these types of jobs, they're available anywhere. So if you're looking to stay in the UP or stay in the Marquette area, might be a good chance for it. Okay. Yeah. James, we've got some people here that said they want to try out some of your chili. James is going to walk around a little bit and find some samplers for the chili. You go ahead, James. I'll talk to Kelsey here about this a little bit. Now, as far as the chili competition goes, who's going to be bringing chili to this event?
We have a couple student organizations from NMU, the Fishing Club and the Platform Personalities, but we have lots of the Marquette businesses coming out, and they're getting creative. It's going to be a lot of fun chilies, probably a couple of the classics, but we've had things like kangaroo chili and coconut milk chili, and so they're going to be fun.
So a number of different clubs from Northern and then businesses from around town are going to be bringing chili. And people are encouraged to sample all the different chilies.
All of them.
And is there a vote to determine what's the favorite?
Yep, there's a few categories. There's an amateur and a professional category. And then we have the most original, the best use of heat, and then the best overall. So we have some judges that are going to be determining, and then everybody that comes gets to put in their vote.
Now, do you have a kind of a special chili that you prepare?
Our program
You.
is prepared. Me?
Kelsey.
Not my own.
No? Well, then you need to work on that. I have a chili recipe, but it's pretty basic, but it's good chili. James, yourself, do you have a special chili that you make?
I've been working on a dessert chili.
Dessert chili.
I don't really want to say anything about it because I don't want Chef Andrew picking anything up.
That's right. There's a lot of secrets in the industry, and you can't share those secrets with everybody because that could be your claim to fame someday.
And what we're really looking for in this chili cook-off is something that's going to surprise us and just drive us insane. The Oi from the rice patty brought up the Thai milk chili, the coconut chili, and it was...
Well, about as wild as I've
away.
gone, I think, was turkey chili.
Yeah.
It was about as interesting of a chili I had. And surprisingly, it surprised me. It was very good. So if you put all these ingredients together and do it right, you can come up with a lot of different things. I do want to mention again when this is. It's March 27th. It's a Tuesday night, actually afternoon, 3 p.m., so you can have an early dinner. It's $7 for general public, $5 for NMU students. It's at the Jacobetti Center.
Oh, I'd like to mention one more thing.
Yes, sir. You can mention whatever you want to, James.
I'd like to
Your
thank-
name's Chef, so you can do that. Yes, sir.
Of course. I'd like to thank our very generous sponsors, including Elizabeth's Chop House, who has a couple of teams going and donated a bunch of product, GFS, and especially Joe's Cupcakes, who's donated. He's got a huge display of 300 gourmet cupcakes that he's bringing to this
So
event.
it's not just chili. You got to have some dessert, too.
It's not just chili.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. I've seen Joe's Cakes, and you're going to enjoy that, too. Okay, again, March 27th, 3 p.m. at the Jacobetti Center. You don't have to buy tickets in advance. You can get tickets at the door. $7 for general public, $5 for NMU students for a good cause. Kelsey and James, thanks for joining me. We'll look for you again for next year at this chili cook-off. And I'm going to put my hat on, too. They brought me a hat. Okay, thanks, guys. There it is. I don't know. Does it work? All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Good luck. All righty.
Restaurants. The trendier they are, the more they charge. At Big Boy, we don't chase the latest trend because we believe value never goes out of style. Whether you order from our menu or enjoy one of our hearty buffets, you'll discover that good food doesn't have to be overpriced. Imagine being able to afford to take your whole family out to dinner. It's not a trend, it's what we do at Big Boy.
Okay, well, we all had our chili there, and now what do you do after you overeat chili? Well, you have to exercise. So that's what we're going to talk about here. And with us are Jeff Nyquist from the Bell Foundation and Alyssa Palamaki. And Alyssa is the inaugural winner of a scholarship presented from the Strength from Within program, which is under the auspices of Bell Hospital. Thanks for joining us. I know you want to talk about the bike race, Jeff, but I want to talk to Alyssa here for a minute as the inaugural scholarship winner. Alyssa, tell me a little bit about this Strength from Within program. What do you have to do to be a part of that?
You need to keep food journals and exercise journals. You fill them out daily. You just simply write down like what you eat in the food journals and then what you do for physical activity and how long in the exercise journals. And you need to attend seminars. They mainly teach you all kinds of stuff from physical health to shopping organically.
So good health habits, both physical and mental well-being. And it's a program from Bell Hospital. It's a new program. Sounds like it's really good. You're in 7th grade, and this program is for young people, middle school and early high school, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And now you were the inaugural winner. You had to write some essays and go through some interview processes, and you won a scholarship that you're going to be able to take advantage of when you attend Northern Michigan University. And I can't do the math, but it's going to be a few years yet. But the scholarship, do you know what the scholarship is worth? I know what it's worth. It's worth 1 year's tuition at Northern Michigan University, which is quite a sum of money. So this is quite an undertaking that the Bell Foundation and Bell Hospital has done here. And much of this funding comes from the Bell Bike Race. Now, Jeff, this is an unusual bike race in that we're not going to be heading down US 41. Where does this bike race take place?
That's right. It actually is right in the middle of the hospital. We take over half the hospital. And
isn't that dangerous for the patients walking around the halls?
It's the quieter side of the hospital.
Oh, okay.
So on Saturday, we take it over from 8 a.m. till around 1 p.m.
And these are stationary bikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All
yeah.
Right.
So we, it's pretty unique. We take over a hospital and we have a very communal form of a race. Most races, you're kind of out there on the road or in a trail by yourself.
Yeah.
And this is a community event. It's a whole group of people around you cheering you on. You got your teammates right next to you.
Nice.
You got music. It's just a different kind of energy, and it's really exciting.
How do people get involved in it now?
Well, the first step is to get a team together.
Okay.
So it's a relay event, and you can have up to 5 teammates along with you, making 6. Each of you would race for 25 minutes, and you'd give each other a towel and a drink of water while you're racing, and then take turns and switch out. But once you got the team, then you got to go to the Bell Foundation website, foundationbell.org, and sign up. And there is no specific entry fee. It's just a recommendation of raising at least $100 per teammate. So the idea is just to raise as much money as you can, and there's an award for that side of it. There's an award for the actual race itself. There's an award for spirit. Everybody's going to win a different type of award.
Nice. And I think we see by awarding a scholarship to a fine young person like Alyssa here, that the money's certainly going to a good cause.
That's right.
And not only, for people who, she has been awarded this scholarship, but those people who are trying to win that scholarship are also improving their lives. Just because you aren't the scholarship recipient doesn't mean you're not getting something out of the program. One of the things I think is neat now, you guys had your Bell Blizzard Ball at the hospital. Now you have your indoor bike race at the hospital. This thing is quite I think you call it communal. It's part of the community where you have people coming in there and not just coming in for the typical reasons we think of coming to a hospital. Your doors are open for a lot of different things.
Yeah, I'm very proud to be a part of the Bell Foundation board. Where the Bell Hospital is such a community hospital. It's all about bringing the community in. You hear healthcare talk about the progressive ideas of being a wellness-centered instead of a sickness-centered. Well, this is it right now. This is really happening in our own community.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Well, health maintenance, the idea is that you want to keep people out of the hospital for as long as possible. You don't want them coming there, so let's keep them healthy, and health maintenance is a good cause.
And this hospital's starting with the kids.
Absolutely.
Teach them how to be healthy.
It's great. Let's get the dates and times. It's April 14th. It's a Saturday. You indicated registration 8 a.m., so in pre-registration, they need to be signed up before they show up, right? They have to have their team registered and everything?
Yeah,
okay.
That's recommended.
All right. Do you have a team?
I do.
Do you?
Absolutely. Maybe 2. I'm not sure yet.
Is that right? Now, are these, do you have a lot of people that go to the fitness centers and do the bike riding at fitness centers? A lot of the type of people that show up for this?
That's part of it. Some are competitive, but others are just, you can get your work group together. The people that you go to work with, you can just get a team together from work. There's a group of friends might get a team together. Some are more competitive than others.
Well, let's throw the challenge out there. Get a team together, participate in the Bell Bike Race. It's indoors. You don't have to worry about the weather. You'll have a lot of fun, and you'll be participating in something that funds a scholarship for young people like Alyssa. Jeff and Alyssa, thanks for joining me. Remember, check that out. It's April 14th. Pre-register at the Bell Foundation website. Thanks for joining us. Have a good time at the Bell Bike Race. All right, when we come back, TheKrebs Cycle for St. Patrick's Day. Stick around.
Good friends, good food, good times. Sit long, talk much, laughed often. Quotes you've heard or seen hanging on the walls of kitchens. They're all true because a kitchen is the heart of your family's home. When you walk through the doors of Schwalbach Kitchens, you become part of our family. So we help you create the kitchen of your dreams. See how affordable creating those memories can be. Schwalbach Kitchens, part of your family and your local kitchen dealer for over 32 years.
Tonight's music segment is brought to you by Jim's Music and Teaching Center, where music makes you smarter. All right, our next guest, our musical component tonight is called TheKrebs Cycle, or for the purpose of St. Patrick's Day, the TheKrebs Cycle. And with us is Jeff Krebs, the main man of the band. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You've been here before?
I have, yeah, in my alternate role, Popper Crow.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here with us tonight. Now, you guys are playing in the Bluegrass Bash this Saturday at Upfront and Company. It's a fundraiser for the UP Children's Museum. Should be a good time.
It's going to be a great time. I've been several times before. It's always really fun.
Tell us who you got in the band here.
We got Brett Graves on the little guitar, or also known as the mandolin. We've got Doug Kitchell on banjo.
And now also I wanted to mention you're going to be playing at the Wild Rover on Saturday as well.
If you're up early, and I suggest you should be because it's St. Patrick's Day, get out to the Wild Rover. I'll be there at 9:30 in the morning for about 5 hours playing with a real talented fiddler from Iron Mountain, Bob Arthur.
Sounds good. It is St. Patrick's Day. Might as well start early. Okay, let's get you guys going. Ladies and gentlemen, TheKrebs Cycle.
Got a star on my car and a one on my chest, a gun on my hip and a right to arrest. I'm the guy who's a boss on this highway, so watch out what you're doing when you're driving my way. If you break the law, you'll hear from me, I know. I'm working for the state on the highway patrol. Well, you know me when you see me, cause my door's painted white, with my siren screaming and my flashing red lights. I work all day and I work all night to keep the law in order, try and do what's right. If I write you a ticket, then you better drive slow. I'm just doing my job on the highway patrol. Well, I'm the highway patrol, my hours are long and my pay is low, but I'll do my best to keep you driving slow. I'm just doing my job on the highway patrol. Driving too fast like you shouldn't do, you can bet your boots I'm coming after you. If you want to race and get on a racetrack, cause if you try to run away, I'm gonna bring you back. I'm here to keep all you speeders driving slow. I'm just doing my job on the highway patrol. Well, I'm the highway patrol, my hours are long and my pay is low, but I'll do my best to keep you driving slow. I'm just doing my job on the highway patrol. Well, I'm the highway patrol, my hours are long and my pay is low, but I'll do my best to keep you driving slow. Just doing my job on the highway patrol. I'm just doing my job on the highway patrol.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Adventure Center Arctic Cat. For snowmobiles and ATVs, plus parts and service, see the pros at Adventure Center Arctic Cat at the Crossroads and share their passion. And by Forsberg Flowers. Celebrate St. Patrick's Day with a touch of the green, and red and purple and orange and yellow. When you think flowers, think Forsberg Flowers. And by Cliffs Natural Resources, a global mining leader with local investment and impact. Cliffs Natural Resources. All right, I want to thank our guest, Jim Gadzinski from the UP Collegiate Job Fair. We had James Sheff and Kelsey Halverson from the Chili Challenge, Jeff Nyquist and Alyssa Palamaki from the Bell Bike Race, and of course the Krebs Cycle, or for the purpose of this weekend's Bluegrass Bash, the TheKrebs Cycle. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see you right here again next week.